everyone, today I'm going to show you how I do this cool pink makeup look and give you some of my makeup tips along the way. So, to have a clean makeup base, the first thing you'll need is good skincare. Not really good skincare, but like a good skincare process. So what I do is I wait 2 to 3 minutes before applying the next product. And then after you put sunscreen, which is the last step, make sure to wait for 10 minutes so that all your skincare will just fully absorb and create a clean base for foundation. That's tip number 1. Tip number 2 is to use a lip balm on your lips. This is so that your lips will stay hydrated while you do the rest of your makeup. Now we're going to start with the base. First, I use this cushion from Clio. And what I do is I put water on the sponge so that it absorbs less product. I always tap the excess foundation in the lid so that we can just have, again, a smoother. Now that you have foundation on your puff, start here, put foundation here, and then go outwards. Tap outwards. For the nose foundation, I dab it like this. So you rub it and pull it a little. Also, don't forget to put a little foundation on your neck so that it just connects the whole look together better. For concealer, I use 3 products. First is this Judydoll concealer palette. And next is this Clio Kill Cover concealer, and lastly is this concealer. The reason why I have 2 concealers is because this one is more peach in tone and I use it under my eyes. This is a tip. If you use concealers with different colors, it color corrects your face. So I use peach for my skin tone because it covers up my eye bags better. And then I have pimples here that are red, which is why I use green. And then after I conceal that, I go on top of it again with a little foundation. Now it's time for powder. So for powder, I'll be using a small brush like this. It's a blush brush, but you can also use it for powder so that there's more precise application. So the powder I'll be using is this setting powder from Too Cool for School. Use eye primer. I use this one from it's called the smudge. For the eyeshadow, I'll be using this palette from Dasique. It's Basic Shadow Palette number 20 Blueberry Sorbet. So I'll use this shade as the base. Now for the main shadow, I'll use this color. And I'll just apply it on the top of my lid and midway in the bottom lid. So starting from here. Now for shading, I'll use this color just here for the outer corners of the eye to give the eyes more depth. Next, what I like to do is usually in palette, there are like the darkest shade, and I put it under here using this eyeliner brush. But this one's too light, so I'm going to use this one, this palette from Joocyee, this shade. Since it looks too brown, I'm going to smudge it a bit with this shade. And you just repeat that for the other eye. And now for the aegyosal, my favorite part. So what I do first is I use a shimmer shade that has glitters that aren't so chunky. So in this palette, it would be this one. So you take your brush and get the glitter and apply it from the inner corner till the middle. And repeat for the other eye. And now you take a chunkier glitter so that it also gives your aegyosal more depth. So I'm going to use this one. chunkier shimmers, just apply it in the middle so that it won't be too overwhelming. I also put a little glitter on the inner corners to give some highlight. You might be noticing with this eyeshadow palette, it's not really pigmented, but it's cute. After that, I wipe off the glitter in my hand and then go back to this shade because we're gonna draw the gyoza. You take the shadow, tap, and then start from the middle, draw going outwards. This is with and this is without. And you just repeat this in the other side. I use this Shiseido eyelash curler. I really go to the edge of my lid. For my lashes, I use two products, which is this ink mascara fixer from Peripera and this Heroine Make Long mascara. My tip is I always use a lash base first because it holds the curl longer and it just makes my lashes look thicker. For eyeliner, I don't actually use eyeliner, or if I do, I use the one from Flor. What I do is I usually just use eyeshadow because it's more subtle and natural, and then just draw following your natural lash line. I also add a little brown to the inner corners like this. Again, for more depth and to connect our fake eyeliner. This is optional, but for those who want glitter on their lids, you can also do that. Just do the same as I did with the Joocyee, which is use a less chunkier glitter first and then a chunkier one. So apply it with my fingers because it just shows up better. And I don't put it exactly in the middle here. I put it on top to make your eyes pop more. It's not showing at all there. And now for the chunkier glitter, I'm gonna use this one. And our eye makeup is done. For the blush, I'm going to use this Dasique Blending Mood Cheek palette, which is 08 Blueberry Sorbet. Not a lot of people like pale blushes, but I like them because I use it to brighten, conceal, and it just looks blurrier. I'm going to use this shade. I use pale blush as like more of base before I use my actual color. And I apply it under my eyes and covering the concealer. Now for my main blush color, I will use this Flower Nose Strawberry Rococo blush in number 4 Dream Chaser. As usual, apply the product and tap. For the main color blush, I apply it more on the outside of my cheek. And then I apply some to my nose and chin. For contour, I use this one, Art Class Shading by Rodin from Too Cool for School. I use it in the shade Modern because it's cool tone and it just suits my face better. I just swipe and pat. I also contour a little in my cheekbones here. And you just do the same to the
I forgot to add, but this is how I contour my nose. Just follow those lines.
After that is highlighter, and I use a Can Make one. It's the Can Make Bonito highlighter in 02. It's It's just this natural looking glitter. So I just put highlighter in a few areas. So first is here at the tip of my nose. And then here in my nose bridge. And then a little on the inner corners of my eye again. And here sometimes. For the lips, I use two products. So first is a lip liner. This is from Romand. It's the Lip Matte Pencil in the shade number 4 Fig Breeze. I just use it to overline my lip a bit. Here. And here on top. I also put lip liner in the outer corners of my lips. It just makes your lips look more plump and happy. For the tint, I'll be using this one, my favorite tint, Peripera Ink Nude Glowy Tint in the shade number 10. The last step for the lips is to use gloss. I use this one again by Peripera. They just make my favorite lip products. This one is the Ink Glasting Lip Gloss. And the tip I learned is to focus on the middle so that it adds more volume to your lips. Lastly, I do my brows, which I don't really focus on, as you can tell, because I did it the last. And I use these two products from Romand. It's the Hand All Brow Fixer and this Hand All Sharp Brow. I just fill in my brows a bit and then set it with gel. The last step is to use setting spray, and I use this one from Clio. It's a Stay Perfect makeup fixer. And now the makeup look is